Hello friends and welcome back to Debugging Life. 5 years ago, when I was 32, I completely changed my career and became a programmer. And for a few months, it felt like my whole life was this career change. Full commitment, learning, coding, watching talks late at night. Everything in my life pointed in that one direction. And it worked. Those 6 months of obsession changed my life. Now, I'm 37. Life is much fuller. Family, work, responsibilities, and I've realized something disturbing. I don't miss motivation. I miss that feeling of being deeply focused on that one thing. But here's the problem. I can't just jump off the cliff second time. When you have a real life, kids, relationships, stress, bills, consistency becomes the hardest thing in the world. So today, I want to talk about the difference between motivation and discipline, how consistency really gets built, and how those 6 months of obsession helped me reset my life, and how I'm trying to do a gentle version of it again now in 2026. When I switched careers at 32, I could afford to be obsessed. Long nights, deep focus, single-threaded attention. I had 1-year-old kid at the time and my wife was really supporting me as much as she could. Today, my life is different. There are more people who need me. I have 2 kids now. There is a real-world complexity. And here's the difficult truth. The older you get, the more your environment pushes you towards maintenance mode. To keep things running, don't rock the boat, don't reinvent yourself once again. But the human brain doesn't always agree with that plan. Sometimes you still want to grow. You want a new chapter, a new direction, right? And that's where discipline and consistency becomes everything. Because motivation will absolutely fail you when you are tired from bedtime routines and work MS Teams notifications. We love motivation because motivation feels exciting. Motivation is that spark when you watch a video or hear a great story. You feel inspired, you feel ready to change your life. But motivation is like weather. It changes every day. It doesn't care about your plans. Discipline is quieter, less glamorous. Discipline is doing the thing when you are not in the mood, when nobody is watching, when nothing seems to be happening yet. Motivation makes the decision. Discipline keeps the decision alive. And consistency? That's just discipline repeated long enough to matter, right? Back when I was learning to code full-time, I entered what I can only describe as an obsession phase. 10 to 12 hours a day sometimes, coding, reading, watching talks by people like Uncle Bob when I was too tired to. Not because anyone forced me, but because my whole identity was shifting. And here's the part nobody says out loud. Sometimes, for a big life change, you really do need a season of obsession. Not forever, not burnout as a lifestyle, but a period of intense focus that permanently changes your trajectory. Those 6 months did that for me. It gave me a completely new life. So now the question is different. How do you keep growing when your time and energy are already spoken for? Because as a parent, as a partner, as a working human being, you don't always get 4 or even 2 quiet hours a day. Sometimes you barely get 20 minutes. And sometimes, when you finally do get the time, you don't have the energy left to use it. Without an energy buffer, there is no consistency. At least not for me. There is just survival mode. So consistency stops being only about time, it also becomes about energy management. Protecting enough mental space so that showing up is even possible. Not I want to learn, but I'm someone who learns every day, and I protect the energy to make that real. Not I want to make YouTube videos for you, but I'm a storyteller. I show up, even if it's small, even if today I'm tired or, outside in a snowy garden. The habit isn't the task. The habit is showing up, even when it's small, especially when it's small. And that only works when your energy isn't already gone. I'm 37. I love being a software engineer. I love building things. And here's the truth. Right now, the thing I want to build the most, besides my work, is this channel. Not as a side quest, not as a nice to have, as a little hobby in the evening, but as my main creative focus for 2026. And I didn't wait for January 1st to start again and fail again. After months of burnout and pause, I quietly started rebuilding the momentum in December. 6 videos, simple, honest, consistent, energy first. And somewhere along the way, I realized I was actually enjoying this again, not forcing it, not chasing anything, not just showing up. And this year, this channel becomes my go-to obsession, but in a healthy way. A place to think out loud, a place to practice, a place to build in public. I will still be creating small tools and micro projects, but everything orbits around this space of this channel. This is the hub. This is where the story lives. Not hype, not growth hacking, just the craft, creativity, consistency. Because obsession gave me a new life once, and now I really would like to see what happens when I bring that same focus here without burning out. So here's what I want to leave with you. Motivation is nice when it shows up, but it's not a strategy. What actually moves your life forward is discipline, consistency, and protecting enough energy so that you can show up again tomorrow. And if you are in that season where life is heavy, family is full, and you feel like you've lost momentum once again, that doesn't mean you are done growing. It just means your strategy needs to change. Small steps, tiny habits, energy first, identity over intensity. That's what I'm practicing here. This channel is my sandbox, my accountability, my way of staying curious as an adult with real life and real limits. Trust me that. So maybe you are on a similar path, trying to rebuild consistency, trying to fall back in love with learning, trying to redesign your life gently. Then stick around. See how the story unfolds. Subscribe if you want to follow the journey, or just come back for the next episode. And maybe today, do one small thing that your future self will thank you for. One quiet little habit at a time. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next one.